Wakanda forever!
Great morning, Pastor Jeff. I think everyone is up now, guys. Please go ahead on and flash your mics for the man himself, the man with the voice, Pastor Jeff, and put some black and white hearts in the chat as well, guys. Not only is today an incredible Saturday morning, it is 6 a.m. And Pastor Jeff, you know how to bring it. Oh my goodness, guys. Let's make sure we have a lot of good energy this morning because that's what it's going to be about, guys. I'm Renee Noor, and I'm so grateful to be a part of the Breakfast with Champions. Thanks to Mr. Glenn Lundy for being able to provide us with a space where we truly can have a seat at the table. Good morning, Miss Christina. Good morning, Mary Lynn, alongside with Dora Maria. Good morning, Monica. Good morning, Samira over there on Paris. Good morning, Maria. And Brad is in the house. He's in the house earlier than usual. Good morning, Brad. Justin, alongside with William. I see you, Renee. Dr. Tangi, Renee, Miss Jackie over there from the pond. We also have Miss Linnell in the house. We have Patricia, Sean, Miss Malika Starr. Guys, Malika Starr is even here this morning. All right, let's go, let's go. If anybody's down in the gardens, or we call it the listening lounge, please come on up to the top. We want to hear you. We want to also invite you to this opportunity of being able to be connected with us. Right now, guys, I am live, and I'm going to be live today because I have special guests is going to also be joining us. So if one of the moderators can please change out the link to the Global Women Wealth Warriors GW YouTube channel, that'll be wonderful. And as we're going into today's subject matter, I am so excited about it, because when you think about how we're going to be prepared, getting ourselves ready for this 6 a.m. Saturday morning, sometimes it's a little bit more challenging, right? But we know automatically, as you heard from Monica, it's about the mindset. It is about the mindset. Not only is it the mindset, you got to stay motivating yourself. Sometimes people think we have to motivate you, but not at all. You have to constantly keep motivating yourself. And where we are here with the Breakfast with Champions, we have incredible, incredible moderators that pour into you each and every day. Each and every day. They bring not only their skills, they bring their knowledge, but most importantly, they bring their experiences. I am right now live on YouTube as well as Facebook, and I'm right here in the clubhouse as well. Guys, we're going to have an incredible segment. So if you haven't had a chance to also subscribe to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to do so. We've had incredible interviews with Glenn Lundy, Mr. Frederick Penny, alongside with so many others, even, Ms. Lolita, Dr. Lolita E. Walker, and a plethora of other individuals. But I want you to know how important it is for us to keep on showing up for you. The space that we are in right now, I feel as if it helps you to take action. When you finish up with the Breakfast with Champions, how many of you guys are so excited? You really get so motivated, but then you go back to sleep. Or you wind up not moving when you know you have so much to do. How many of you guys get stuck in a rut? I want you to start shifting the way you are doing it. Because I want you to think about this. We want to help you to take action, not go back to sleep. No, when you wake up from this Breakfast with Champions, it's time to go. It's time to move. And not only is it time to move and go, it's time for you to reclaim your power back. Can someone put in the chat? Not only do we want to help you to dream, you know, my logo right now, my motto is we want you to dream out loud and in color. Dream out loud and in color. So what does that really mean, right? What does that mean? The shift from making excuses to delivering results. The shift to making excuses to delivering results. Results. Let me say this. As humans, we are brilliant. And I say that we're brilliant at picking from a wide range of excuses. Excuses, guys. And I'll say this too, those excuses tend to limit us with our capabilities. Now, we're all guilty of it. How many of you guys, are you guilty of making excuses? Yeah, go ahead on and nod your head. Yes, I'm speaking to you, you, and you. And put in the chat, we're going to be very live and engaging as well, guys. It is a true statement that we are all guilty of excuses. And what happens when we feel, you know, when we have these excuses, it has a void for us being able to reach our goals. There's a void for us of being able to succeed. Think about this. How many of you guys know you're supposed to go to the gym every day and work out, but then you wind up staying in the bed a little bit longer, right? Or how many of you guys know that you're supposed to finish up that book and you haven't even finished up the first chapter? You know, you already gave yourself some goals, but you haven't been able to reach those full goals because you have excuses that settle in. Procrastination. How many of you guys procrastinate? Does anyone out there not procrastinate? I think we're all guilty of that as well. So I like the fact that it's okay to face reality and also have also place, you know, be able to be honest with yourself. Can someone put in the chat, I will be honest with myself. I would be honest with myself. You know, honesty is truly the key to being able to own up to who you are, to own up to your excuses, and most importantly, to own up to your responsibilities. You know, it is so easy to come up with excuses. I mean, they're everywhere. They're like dangling in the ceiling. They're all over the place, right? And it's a little bit harder for us to do what? Stay committed to work through. The importance of us being able to find that urgency. We'll do it, but we'll get to it later, right? That's what happens. So I want you to understand, we have to start changing. We have to change. And not only is it important for us to change, it's just a simple habit, guys. We just have to use the rationalization of why. Why didn't I follow up? Have you ever just asked yourself, why didn't I just follow up? Why didn't I just do what I know I was supposed to do? It's easier said than done. But where do the best go to get better? Think about that. I want you to put that in the chat. Where do the best go to get better? There are two components to this. And taking responsibility, we already know that's important right there. And it's one, accepting personal responsibility. And the other is accepting indirect responsibility. That's right, indirect responsibility. Taking personal responsibility refers to taking ownership of your own actions. Ownerships of your own actions as well as their consequences. Now, taking ownership also means taking control. You have over and over, you have actions and ability that you have to really depend on. And not only do you have to follow up with yourself, but also sometimes if you have a team, most of us have a team. How many of you guys work with other audiences? Do you have members, staff members that report to you, that look up to you? If you are not taking the responsibility of owning what you need to have done, they're not going to respect you. So make the decision, and not only make the decision to set your own priorities on your actions, but remember, if you don't, you have the consequences. That's right. You will have to deal with the consequences. Responsibility of your actions is so, even when you make mistakes. How many of you guys make mistakes? If you have made a mistake just this morning, go ahead on and flash your mics. Come on now. We've made mistakes, but we still have to do what? We have to own up to the mistakes that we made. It's very hard to gain results if you don't stay consistent. So the question was, where do the best go to get better? They own it. That's right, they own it. So I want you to say, I'm going to own up to my actions. The owning is a responsibility that you want to take. And I share this out, and I want you guys to really do this for us right now. I want you to share the room out because we're going to go into seven items that's going to help you to not only hold on to making that transition, but want you to really take action and get results. So let's go ahead and share out the room. We have 39 shares. And currently right now we have over, let's see, how many people we have in the room today? We have 104. Guys, with 104, let's go ahead on and beef up the shares. Let's go ahead on and get us up to at least 60 shares, guys. Let's double that. We can do that. In building this room, after me, we have Mr. Jeremy alongside with Brad, and then everyone love Ms. Barbara Majeski, and then the boys will be coming in later on for the sales meeting with Brian Benstock. So let's go ahead on and share out the room, guys. It's really important for us to do that. We got 45 shares. Let's get 15 more shares, guys, because we know when we come together, we can win. Absolutely, we can win. In the space that we're in right now, again, we're going to own up to all of the excuses that we made in the past. It's our responsibility. When you think about this week's matter, right? This whole subject matter that we're talking about, I am result driven. See, somebody put that in the chat for me. I am result driven because if you are on the page of wanting to reach your results or wanting to get solutions to what it is you're doing, you got to already see yourself as being result driven. We're going to focus on the solution versus the problem, because sometimes we get into this rut, and unfortunately we stay in the rut much longer. Because why? Because we don't understand the importance of getting past that area. We want to keep having these pity parties, want to be the victim. We don't want you to be the victim. We need you to be the victorious one. So let's get past that. Understand that you are in control. And because you're in control, you got to learn to also do certain things. You got to learn to let certain things go. You want to be in this whole space, this new space. I was listening to P. Diddy. He stated, the road to the bags is different. Definitely, he said, the road to the bags is definitely tied to your team. I'll say that. The road to the bags is definitely tied to your teams and the company that you keep. If you are surrounding yourself with different energy, if you're surrounding yourself with a different energy, like if somebody have different energy than yours, that's not the same yourself as yours. It's not only going to have you to be in a situation that you're going to be second guessing the situation. You want somebody that's going to keep inspiring you. You want someone that's praying for you. Most importantly, you want someone that's supporting you. And if you don't have that, if they're not showing up for you, if they're not being accountable just to keep you on your track of success, you need to remove them. That's right. You need to remove them. And I say that, remove them with speed. Remove them with speed, because sometimes that's what hurts us in the process of where we're going for our success. We have certain people around us that's not wishing for us to be successful. And unfortunately, that causes us to start second guessing ourselves. How many of you guys have had people to talk down to you, don't see you as being successful, or even say things that cause damage, harm to you? Sometimes we're still dealing with it, as sometimes it's even with some of our friends. So what I'm going to do, not only is it important for us to have the right mindset, but again, we say what is important for us to have the right accountability partners. Today, I've invited two of our amazing warriors from right around the world. Not only do we have the queen herself that's in Chicago, Miss Jackie. We'll be seeing Miss Jackie. We've been celebrating 31 days of breast cancer. Wearing pink. And so we'll be headed to Chicago next weekend. And I'm looking so forward to seeing Miss Jackie. So let's bring up Miss Jackie Hey, Miss Jackie, how are you
Hey,
doing?
Miss Queen Renee, how are you?
I'm doing super fantastic. And then we're going to
Good.
bring up the other queen that's on the other side of the pond, Miss Samira over there in Paris. And you know what we have to say? Bonjour. How you doing this morning, beauty?
Bonjour, bonjour. Yes, I'm doing great, amazing around here. The weather is fantastic in Paris.
Oh,
I know you don't like the cold, but the weather is
I
just
love it.
I know we
amazing.
don't know we do not like the cold,
I
but
love it.
we're honest though, okay? We're honest about that, guys. So truly, guys, we're live right now. We have these beautiful faces, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're right there on Facebook. Please tune in so you can definitely continue on enjoying the conversation. So, ladies, let's talk about that. How important is it for us not to only release the excuses, right, but find the solutions? Because, of course, we know it's important for us to really shift certain things in our lives, but talk about that. Why is it so important for us to let those excuses go?
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's very simple for me being an entrepreneur and a woman and a mom. And like for me, life is to be lived fully. When you say we're all going to die, this is very clear, something that we all know, at least. That's the only thing we know. We're all going to die. But how are we going to live is the most important thing we can do to ourselves. Connecting with yourself is the best thing you can ever do as a gift to you. Why? Because when you connect, you know what's going on there. You know what you need to do. And then when you connect with that inner self, then you see that you need to work on your health, work on your mindset, work on a lot of things. It is really important today that we get a system to hack all those small voices that are inside of us. Like you can never do this, that, it's not possible. Well, you cannot be at your best at 50, at 60, at 40, you cannot this and that. So it is really important to hack all those voices. How? By having a system to really get that willpower. The willpower does not come easily, but you really need to say, okay, sometimes we don't have that energy because, that when your glass is not that full, so you don't have it, but you need to hack those inner voice and say, yeah, I need to exercise. I need to be fully intense today, even though sometimes challenges are there, but we need to be clear on that. Do you think life is there just to be all the time sunny? No. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it is rain, sometimes storm, but you need to actually go with the flow and dance with all these things, being at your best at any time, adjusting. So the most important thing is connecting with that inner self.
I love that. Not only did you speak about the systems, it's not only is it just important for us to have the system from a personal level, but also from a business standpoint as well. Because one of the things we always know what systems never fail. Systems never fail. And how you keep showing up really does matter. And I know with you, Miss Jackie, you talk about the consistency. Consistency is sort of like your sweet spot. So kind of like pour into the conversation, please, Miss Jackie.
Absolutely. And when I think about excuses, Renee, first of all, I remember they used to say back in the day, excuses are just watered down lies you tell yourself. And that's what we don't want to do that. Um, One of my big words, and that's kind of who I am, I just kind of base a lot of things around that, is consistency. If you're not consistent, how do you do it? I truly believe that the way you do one thing is the way you do all things. So the way you see me here is the way I am at home, the way I'm at work, you know, wherever I am. So it's important that you show up and being consistent. I think that's so vital because people make a lot of excuses, but I feel that excuses are people have a lot of fear. That's why they make excuses. They have a lot of fear of failing. And I truly believe that failing is good for you. But if you're going to fail, fail forward. Fail forward. I think that's important. So it's important to be consistent. I think that's important because people will get started on things and then they will stop. So consistency is key.
Absolutely. I appreciate that so much. And yeah, consistency is very important. We're going to talk about 7 steps that can really help someone to not only change their thoughts of how they can overcome with the whole I would say procrastination, excuses. We want to get over all of that. And I want to make sure that we have the right link. If someone could make sure we have the right link so everyone can see us right now, we are live on the YouTube channel. We're also on Facebook. If someone can make sure that the right link is up in the Clubhouse, that'll be great. One of the first steps we're going to talk about is taking action every day. And you spoke about the consistency, and it truly means that we have to take that action every day. Taking action is really holding ourselves accountable and also realizing we got to take risk. We have to take risk. I think that's something that's a sweet spot that people don't realize. If you have life that's easy for you, that's not realistic. That's truly not realistic, And the greatest thing that we can understand, that it's a big theory, never plan to just allow life to happen around you. You have to keep on creating the lifestyle that you desire. And like you said, feeling is important. That's where we find our true character, as well as we want to keep on failing forward, or we say falling forward, so we can keep reaching the right results. Miss Samira, I saw you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you know how I'm passionate about human being, about health, because health is wealth. That's we all do know. But I would say that your actions are your teachers. Your actions are your teachers. So, Monica, this morning, gracefully and was well said, you need to consistently scale where are you at your exercise, at your eating, all these things. We all talk about scaling your business, but we never talk really about scaling your health, your well-being, because when you are well, everything is in being mode. When you have everything that is aligned with your organ, with whatever you want to do, and you're in actions, this is how you can scale. So when you are not exercising, you cannot see, or you're not eating well, or you're not thinking with the right people. Because being with champions, I love this room. Like, honestly, really do love the club. And thank you, Glenn, and all the one. Because when you start your morning with champion and you say, I am at the champion room, just saying that, you're already bringing to your mind, you are a champion, and bringing that blueprint champion outside, and then you are also scaling what you do, because when you're a champion, you have certain things to do in order to get that blueprint. So actions are your teacher. So scale that too. Where am I at here and there? So it's not only consistency, but always your actions are your teachers. So this is something I think we need to write down, because that's very important to see where we are. So scaling your body, scaling your movement, scaling your health, scaling your eating. Yes. What am I eating?
Right.
It's really also important. Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to make sure we stay on time, because we have so many points that we're going to get. And the key to it, taking action every day. Number 2, we want to set small, attainable goals, right? Sometimes we try to bite off more than we can chew. And if we set large goals, we don't actually get anything accomplished. And we want to make sure that we're doing eliminating all of our excuses. So we always talk about doing everything 12x time as opposed to 12x time. So we want to make sure we're setting those goals to hit at least 6 items every day. 6 items. So then that way it can be way that you can count it off, check it off. Even like with Glenn Lundy, he focused on the top 5, right? The top 5, we have our planner and we utilize our planner every day. But if you add just one more, at least that give you probably that one to carry you over into the next day. So make sure we set small attainable goals. That's going to be important. Start setting your goals with your favorite song, guys. When I'm writing out my goals, I really play my favorite song, and everyone know how much I love Mary J. Blige. And with that, it gives me a different type of rhythm. It gives me a different type of movement. And when you're setting your goals, you want to be excited about your goals, guys. So we want to start setting our goals with your favorite song playing, all right? Let's switch it up a little bit. And then we want to learn from our mistakes, guys. It's important for you to learn from your mistakes. Why is it so important for you to learn from your mistakes? Because that's going to help you to track yourself. That's going to help you to also continue on building that character. And the best thing that you can do is keep learning each and every day. Release yourself of your weakness. I said it, release yourself of your weakness. Sometimes we fall, we hurt, sometimes we always want to beat up ourselves when we can't do something or if it's not one of our strengths. I say focus on your strengths. Focus on your strengths and hire those who can pick up on those weaknesses. Go ahead and hire a team. If you're weak on something, guys, just go and hire a new crew. And then you stay focused on doing your strengths. Stay focused on doing your part. All right. And then the other thing is important to visualize your success. Visualize yourself as well as visualize the road that you're going to be traveling. So therefore you can truly be on the other side. We always talk about our vision boards. Now we have dream boards. And as we're preparing for these dreams, we want to make sure that we're able to keep ourselves winning all the time. And in order to do that, you have to be able to visualize. You have to see yourself. Have clarity. Have clarity is so important. And then believe in yourself. That's right. Believe in yourself. You want to be able to tell yourself, I am not perfect. I am striving for consistency and excellence. I'll say it again. I am not perfect, but I'm striving for consistency as well as excellence. And accept the fact that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes along the way, but it's not about the mistakes that you make. It's about the fact that your consistency is going to show results. And that's the key right there. You got to drive towards results. Miss Jackie, what are some words in closing? Because we got to make sure there's 30 minutes go by so fast, but I just want to make sure we pour into this conversation.
Real quickly, as you were stating that, Renee, I was looking at a little video and it says it's not about the knockout, but it's about the get up. And that's all I want to say. It's not about the knockout. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you can get back up and keep going.
Absolutely. I love that. I want to have one voice right there from the clubhouse because it's already right at 6:29. Miss Ade, my amazing Miss Ade. Are you there, beautiful? Would you like to be able to pour into the conversation as well, Miss Ade?
Almost definitely. And just really to say, if it's going to be, then it's up to you. And if it's up to you, then you've got to stay focused. No matter what, you have to be consistent, as Queen Jackie has said, and keep going, keep going. You'll get there eventually.
Absolutely. Keep going, stay consistent, and believe in yourself. David Imonite is one of our amazing mentors. Not only do you have to conceive it, you have to believe it, and then you have to take action in order for you to achieve the road that you're going to take. Guys, it's been a beautiful opportunity to have us right here this morning with the Breakfast with Champions. And as we are getting ready to hand the microphone over to the man himself, Mr. Jeremy, I would like for everyone that's in the clubhouse to go ahead and unmute and let's give him the warmest reception. Everyone, let's do it all together. Jeremy! Woo, 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 woo. Yes. Okay. So guys, thank you so very much for joining us this morning. I'd like for you to be able to get in contact with these amazing ladies as we're closing out this segment here with the Breakfast with Champions and GW3 Live. Samira, how can everybody get in contact with you?
Well, you have the meetsamira.com. That would be really perfect either in my Instagram or on my Facebook, but mainly be hearted. And today you are in the best part of your life. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Remember that.
For about 4 hours here on the, not West Coast, but Boise, so one step over.
And for me, guys, you can reach me, Coach Jackie, on Instagram. Just my name, Jackie Underwood on Facebook. Just reach out to me, and I'll be glad to get back with you. Thanks.
I see a
And thank you so very much for joining us this morning for this amazing segment. It's all about how you keep showing up, keeping consistent. And we always say, keep your head up, your shoulders back, because it's time to go blaze the universe because the world needs another game changer. And that game changer is you. Contact me at meetreneenoor.com and let's definitely get together. Let's make some magic happen. Thank you for joining us this morning. Bye for now.
That has seen something or is able to